Lesson 2, Converting Between Metric Units. In order to convert from one metric unit to another, you can follow a staircase. When moving down the staircase, you multiply by 10 for each step you go down. When you're going up the staircase, you divide by 10 for each step you go down. So this picture on the left is called the metric ladder. So let's do an example. If I have 2.5 meters and I want to change that into centimeters. So I'm starting on this step here with meters. And I want to change it into centimeters. Well, centimeters is down here, so I need to go down 2 steps. If I am going down 2 steps, means that I'm starting with 2.5 and I need to multiply by 10 for each step that we go down. So 2.5 times 10 times 10 tells me that I end up at 250 centimeters. Another example, if I start at centimeters and I want to change into kilometers, I need to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. That means that I'm going to, because I'm going up, I'm going to divide this time. So I have 426 divided by 10, and I'm going to divide by 10 5 times. When we divide by 10 4 times, we end up with 0.0426 kilometers. Another way to convert is to use a conversion factor. So up in the top right-hand corner, we have a list of different conversion factors. So if we do the same examples, if I have 2.5 meters and I want to change that into centimeters. So I'm going to put X down here because that's the quantity that I'm looking for. On the other side of the equal sign, I need to put a conversion factor. And I need to use one that relates meters to centimeters. So my chart tells me that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. I need to make sure when I'm filling into my equation that meters is on top because that's what I started with on the left, and centimeters goes on the bottom. So my conversion factor says that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Now we can solve by cross multiplying. If I multiply x times 1, it has to be equal to 2.5 times 100. Well, x times 1 is x. 2.5 times 100 is 250. So 2.5 meters is equal to 250 centimeters. This time we have 3,500 millimeters, and I want to change that into meters. We need a conversion factor for the right-hand side, and if you check your conversion or your formula sheet, you will find that 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. In this question, I have millimeters on the top and meters on the bottom. So 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. So my 1,000 has to be on top. Now, cross multiply, and I have x times 1,000 equals 3,500 times 1. 1,000, x times 1,000 is 1,000x equals 3,500 times 1 is just 3,500. I want to solve this equation for x, so the next step is to divide by 1,000. When I divide 1,000 by 1,000, I'm just left with x equals 3.5 meters. Convert the following lengths. 2 meters is equal to how many millimeters? So we can set this up. We have 2 meters is how many millimeters? Our conversion factor would be that 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. When we cross multiply, we end up with 2 times 1,000 or 2,000 millimeters. The next one is set up so that 64 centimeters over how many meters? The conversion factor is that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. You'll notice that meters is on the bottom this time because that's the way the original part of the question was started. When we cross multiply, we end up dividing by 100, and so we end up with 0.64 meters. 1.3 kilometers is how many meters? Our conversion factor, I know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. When we cross multiply, we end up multiplying 1.3 times 1,000, and so we end up with 1,300 meters. 136 meters, and this time I'm changing it to millimeters. My conversion factor is that 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters. When I cross multiply, I end up doing 136 times 1,000, which gives me 136,000 millimeters. The last one, 0.014 kilometers, and I need to change that into centimeters. Now, we may not have a conversion factor on your sheet for centimeters, so we can change it to meters first. If we change to meters first, I know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. That means that I'm going to end up multiplying 0.014 times 1,000, and I end up with 14 meters. So 0.014 kilometers is 14 meters, but my question asked me to change it to centimeters, so I'm going to convert it one more time. We're starting with 14 meters, and I want to change it to centimeters. The conversion factor is that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So when I cross multiply, I need to multiply 14 times 100, and I end up with 1,400 centimeters. Please try practice number 1, part C.